something?
The
bar's flashing. That's good.
I remember
You're in
about
there.
the first day of the Empire. That's how quiet it all was. No one said a word when we marched up the steps to the temple. No one said a word when we gunned down the Jedi Order. Good soldiers follow orders.
Is in there.
Hey, we don't have a Friday Facts.
It's Tuesday.
No. There is no February 23rd Friday Facts. You see it?
Oreo.com. Yeah, I see one on the 23rd.
Oh, it's just...
Trash to Treasure, number 399. Oh shit, they're gonna do something big next time, aren't they?
In this episode...
They've had something big just loaded into Chekhov's gun, waiting for 400.
In this episode of Isaac and Alice Read the Friday Facts... Oh.
I mean, people watch other people read these things.
That's what I was referencing, yeah.
Yeah. You joined in?
No. Let me do that. On the one hand, it's kind of lazy content when all they do is read, they don't speculate or add insight. But on the other, sometimes you're driving and you just want audiobook Friday Facts, and that's fair.
Yeah. A niche for everything in its niche.
Yeah. I read a book series set in the near future where basically Siri is a lot more advanced. And in that series, advanced Siri would just read the Friday Facts for you.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Siri, I know you love Factorio. Read the Friday Facts and speculate for me. I suppose you could cobble together with current tech. Just... What is updating? Oh no. All of the Angel mods are updating. I hope that we didn't just break the factory.
Oh god.
I don't care. It'll be funny.
Of course they are.
And this is where Petrochem would be, if we had it. I've got to wait quite a bit because Angel's refining is at like 1%. Can you tell if anyone's watching your stream?
I haven't hit start yet.
Oh, okay.
You didn't give an all clear. And I forgot to ask for one.
I just assumed that I was on a hot mic and proceeded to talk about stuff anyways. Yeah, all clear.
Alright.
I suppose we could start the stream like after we do the free tour setup stuff, but I don't think it matters.
I thought that's what this was. I thought we were just kind of gonna ramble, putter around for the first 10 minutes, just naturally.
Yep. We're gonna need to.
Okay, start recording now.
Hello, everybody.
Alright, and start stream now.
Oh, you know what we didn't even think to do? I guess it doesn't matter because we know each other. We're the only ones that can watch it. We could do an introduction, but that's kind of meaningless. Because there's no audience to introduce it to. It's just gonna be a video on my hard drive that I watch occasionally.
I don't see a bar for you joining in.
No,
you syncing up still?
I'm downloading this mod. I didn't know they added this mod to Factorio.
What is it?
Sent you a picture.
No. Well, that's a mod for everything. You've seen the internet.
Factorio, the new Skyrim. Oh.
For better, or for worse, or for worse, or for worse, or for worse.
Yeah.
I'm still so hype about this DLC.
Yeah.
They said they're gonna make it cost the same as the normal game.
Oh, we have a price? The normal game's like $40 now.
If I'm remembering right, it's...
I bought it for $20, and I think it raised price a couple times.
Yeah, I think I bought it 20, they hit 27 a while ago. Yeah.
I was ready
I don't
to
know,
pay
whatever
40.
the DLC is, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be getting my money's worth in the end.
Yeah, I was ready to pay 40 to 60 for the DLC.
Quality and quantity. There's
Why
nothing
choose? You can
Team Coverex at Woob does more than quality and quantity. I do hope, speaking of, that they renamed the quality system. Legendary doesn't work.
Wait, I thought that was a mod.
Like, you can do pristine, you can do,
German.
like, precise, advanced,
yeah,
other things.
Legendary
you
sounds like loot.
Just do legendary, that's nothing. Everyone already knows that's what the orange color means anyway, just, like, put a little bit of that, mechanical automation spin on it.
I didn't know that that was real. I saw it in another dev log where it was talking about how the new GUI or the new Factoriopedia was compatible with mods. And I thought that that was what they were talking about.
Yeah, that could throw you off, for sure.
Oh, alright. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, that's
tasks we need to do
one last thing. I'm going to set it up. One last thing, I'm setting it up to where I will hear if someone is in Twitch chat.
That's nice.
Hey! Yeah, I think I've got everything I need to get done for now.
Are you just in the game paused right now?
Waiting on you, or we're not splitting up for this final hour of first century.
Yeah, I need to import my bookmark, or my blueprint rather. We need to research explosive rocketry. It's not a very involved research, but we need to get that researched so that we can at the very least handcraft explosive rockets. I didn't realize we hadn't researched it, and I was disappointed with the rocket's low explosive yield. And I was like, oh, well that's why. They have propellant and 1 explosive. Now we get propellant and 3 explosives. I'm downloading the final mod, Angel's Refining. No more Angel's Exploration. That one's downloaded. You know, knowing Factorio, if that was a mod, it would be automated. I don't know how. Just watching the trees burn. Oh, you know, we could have done that too. We could have planted some trees at around the explosive rocket, like the place we're gonna shoot, so that we have something that burns.
We could do a train of trees leading up to your wooden fuse box.
I deconstructed that. The wooden fuse box was a clunky way to do it. The clock replaced it.
It's fun though.
Yeah, it's certainly an unconventional way to use the circuit network.
Yep.
So this is a box that has 200 coal in it. When the box no longer gives 200 coal signal because it is burned in fire, go. Who says Factorio doesn't have push buttons? Actually, you could use a constant combinator and a rocket launcher and construction bots. And the construction bots will replace the combinator with its old settings very shortly after you destroy it. So that would be a pulsed button. It's not half bad. It's imprecise, but... Alright, I am downloading map, ETA 55 seconds. You know, the Factorio graphics are really good now. I'd love to see the Factorio team just work freelance to remaster old games, like Command & Conquer and something like those type. Total Annihilation. Put their artistic spin on it. Just upping the resolution and kind of keeping true to how it was, but putting their labor into it, because they're good at it. Of course, they get the Windows boot up sounds.
Alright, welcome back.
Go time. We're on the clock. Explosive rocketry. Start research. I need to import this blueprint string.
Tom!
Are you fixing the trains?
No, I'm robbing you.
Okay. When you're done robbing me, can you fix the trains by Flamer? I don't know how it works.
I don't know how to do that. What was broken about him?
One of the rails was wrong and it was giving no path. You destroyed something and it worked. I don't know exactly how.
Oh. No, it was only because we had to backtrack.
Okay. No, not export to string. How do you import? I have a blueprint. I have a string.
Yeah, I mean it's drawing the path fine. Ah, yep. No, I see it now.
How do I do this?
Yeah, this is the problem with a hybrid rail.
Yeah.
Where it's technically bidirectional.
Okay, screw it.
Oh, yes, future people of the future, welcome. We are here.
How do you import a blueprint string?
The semi-casual Angel Bob mod.
Rock.
This is not semi-casual. Rock.
Rock. Rock.
Import string. Okay, it's a button.
Rock. 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 Rock.
There we go.
Now, I don't know what's up, but I do know that something's up. It's been too long. I fixed
Okay,
this
all good.
on a messy day. Right.
Okay,
Going
the new
to-
clock
going-
should
going.
function. Oh, we've got 58 minutes. Okay, let's... Where are we starting the tour? Places, everybody.
Places. I'm gonna slap down a warehouse.
Where are the places?
Shove all my inventory in there, essentially.
That's a good idea.
And I will be taking the quick way home.
No.
See you there. Yes, this was an excuse to demonstrate the Yoda sound.
Important. We wouldn't
I'll
want
be
to forget
picking
that.
that up later. So, welcome to the start of our tour. Or at least the start of the tour. We are going to be heading off to our starter ore patch. Singular. Because in the earliest of early days, we kinda just needed the one. We briefly needed some copper, but
We've not needed
started to
copper
get it
for
from
95
this
hours.
as well. Oh, you're being dropped. Hold on. And we're good.
Yeah, I was just running in place.
So yes, welcome to Stop 1, Dr. Gonk Crusher. You built the original build here. You wanna talk about it?
Yeah, so this originally, we had to work hard to make a burner crusher and a burner sorter, I think. And we sorted this ore into copper and iron and copper and rocks and slag. The vestige is over here. You know, we've got slag being turned into crushed rocks now. This is being put into a much more productive end. It used to be landfill, but I don't see it. I think we deconstructed landfill.
Yep. Now we're mass producing walls for the eventual perimeter project, which I'm gonna pull up the map now. If you'll join me in that, just hide all of the indicators for a moment and get an overview of what we're working with and a preview of the tour. Behold. All of that, I'm gonna put it in a box of some description. With the exception of this place over here. Alrighty.
So where we're at here, this little Gonk clip art, this used to be a real factory. This was our mini mall. It's the Gonk Droid mini mall because it kind of looked like a Gonk Droid. And this is where we produced iron and copper. We later moved it to a more centralized location. And, well, output suffered because we didn't do as good a job with the new and improved version. So we were hurting really badly for iron and copper lately. But that's all solved as of, what, 45 minutes ago? We got enough iron now?
Thereabouts.
So Angel Bob's is a pretty simple mod, I would say. Where to next?
Yes, let's demonstrate some of that simplicity with Power Station 9.
So this was kind of a joint venture. Alice worked on the fuel, and I worked on the burning of the fuel.
Yeah, so I'll start off at the start of this process. Coal is mined from this patch right here. Carted over here, these crushers. To be doubled, we get a slight increase in fuel efficiency. And then to be desulfurized, which makes it a lot less polluting, which produces delicious coal coke.
And
Which then gets fed onto this line with priority. If the system ever runs out of coal coke, like we had an outage or something, it'll prefer the coal line instead. And that gets fed along to these steam-powered inserters. We've yet to have it require a manual reboot. The steam engines don't tend to take the last of the steam, so there's always enough for the inserters. I don't know if that's luck or skill, but we've done it. And yeah, over here we have an alarm system for if the belts start to run out of fuel.
Yep, it takes intermittent sampling, and when the sum of all of these samples is less than, 4? They're pretty scarce. Then it lets us know that there's a problem. We can go over here if there is a problem, and there's a nice little stopgap measure. You can control this via the map, but
we have a reserve power source here to kick it back on if need be.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, some of the updates have broken some of the wires, unfortunately. So,
yeah. Well,
not everything's going to be at 100%, disappointingly. But we've done our best to patch it up before the big centennial celebration here. Yeah, like our circuit production has been severely nerfed recently.
Okay, there we go. So that you can see the steam is being pumped into here in normal conditions. This is a manual switch, so no computer hijinks to screw us up. We can just stop pumping it in and start pumping it out, and it'll backfeed to the steam engine to give us enough power, hopefully, to reboot the system. One would hope. Power Station 9 is laid out in the most efficient, logical way. This actually helps the steam keep its heat, you know.
Yes, it's peer pressure. The more steam around the other steam, the more it's gonna be like, yeah, I want to be cool, or hot in this case.
Yeah, and inline tanks are also good. Oh, and this is we have
and of course
a much larger.
This is why it is Power Station 9 right here.
So this buffer is actually controlled by the circuit network, and if we start getting low on fuel, this will kick.
That one's deliberately the manual one up here.
Yep,
this is the automated reserve.
Well,
Clock's going off there.
Mr. Clock is part of our hydrolysis or electrolysis process, and he's not.
Yeah, this feeds your furnaces in the kitchen. Is that right?
Yep. That's really strange.
Yeah, our power seems to be having some problems, I've noticed.
The lamps are gone. We used to have eyes for the lamps. Oh yeah.
Looks like Lemming isn't connected.
No. Keep it like that. I'm demonstrating the alarm system.
Ah.
It took a little bit longer to spin down than I was expecting. But you can see here on the circuit
leaving it like that for now.
The alarm should go off very soon because we've only got 4 things on there. I might not have fixed it. Oh, this is the problem. The combinators are a little screwed up. The combinators need their own independent circuit. They really should have their own power. That's a problem for another time. We can go ahead and reconnect the main power, and the alarm will probably go off now that they have power for a brief moment. Back over here, this is just a big flare stack that flares off our excess hydrogen gas while we're making oxygen. These clarifiers do the same thing for all of the water from making good hydrolyzed oxygen. This is basically just a big power sink. And another power sink is this. Well, this one's much more important than the electrolysis, though.
Yeah, this is vital scientific research.
Yes. We gladly will pay this price. This is our SETI project, you know? Looking for...
Search for extraterrestrial intelligence.
It seems this one's been broken also. The wires have just Oh, I bet the wire comb is what did it. Or maybe updates, I don't know. It's supposed to be wired into these switches, and the switches are controlled by logic. You can see the switches doing their thing. I'm not
we're at the 12-minute mark here, so I think we should scoot up to Legacy here.
Legacy's called Legacy because it didn't have concrete when we first built it. And that means it's only a starter base.
Yep. As you can see, at some point I got frustrated with the alien biome's terrain and just started taking some bricks from Dr. Crusher down there and paving over the world. And this is also the former hub here, such as it was. We had belts running up and down all around to our starter sorting array.
Yeah, that used to be quite the
This is
place.
Team A4 approaching Apoapis and the August Ambassador.
It's a good sign. This label mod has been one of the greatest mods. It allows us to make the map much more readable. This is not good. Probably should limit this. We've got
Oh yeah, that's plenty.
500 storage tanks.
Yes. For like parts of the original base that still exist, this algae here is new. There should be an old algae, but I think that might genuinely be gone now.
Yeah, I don't even see the inserter.
There's a reason I'm wearing this Tech Priest outfit today. A lot of the things in the core of the base here, the Legacy base, are essentially magic now. I could discern what they do for myself, but that sounds really difficult. So we're going to give an overview of what things used to be, because that I remember. There was a vertical stack of algae. Oops. Right there. Don't build that. Our sorting array, one of them was here on this belt circle. Pretty sure. And the other was here. And they sort of mutually fed into each other because we were sorting them for slag, copper, and iron in different ratios. Up a bit here, there used to be a belt from Ore Outpost 1, which we'll see later. That brought down delicious ores to be sorted into these products. Silver, tin, slag, iron, copper, all that. From the Bobmonium. This over here, one of the newer additions, when we finally reached robotics, is just a very haphazard bot mall, or bot hub, if you don't like calling things malls.
There's a couple of duplicate recipes in here.
Realistically, for Angel Bobs, this isn't a mall. This is just an outlet store.
It's supposed to make roboports. I don't think a single roboport assembler has assembled.
No, it does them. Just, with the circuit borking, it's no problem. Speaking of circuits, we produce electronic components. Those get merged with the solder, which now is coming from the kitchen. It used to be a machine right here for it. Is fed into these machines that are out of power to produce basic circuits, slightly less basic circuits, the equivalent of Vanilla Factorio's red circuits over here. They're blue. We don't know why. That's just how it goes.
The greens are red.
The lovely Bob Mod purple circuits and we don't have the green ones yet. Yeah, this indecipherable mess here is our robotics area, and I need to take a beverage break. I've talked my mouth dry. What do you got?
Well, I mostly have memories of stumbling through Legacy Base, and it's only gotten more complicated. You know, these grid cells, it used to somewhat contain things, but everything's everywhere now. I'm gonna turn on the fluid system so you can see just how many pipes are rambling around here. Don't ask me what they do, because I didn't build most of Legacy. I've just built random pockets here and there of Legacy. But this is a substantial trimming down of all the fluids we used to have. If you look by the bot mall, it says Legacy Intake. That's not because the intake itself was a Legacy, it was the intake for Legacy. There used to be an entire array of pipes coming from our centralized smelting stack that would go in here with every type of metal that we needed. And that's all been downsized. Offshored. Other business terms I learned. Isaac is a genius. Well, Alice,
Business King, taught by Ferengi scholars.
Looks like you're about to show off our cursed science production.
Yes, this disaster is the smoothie factory, where we produce delicious and, I imagine ammonia and carbon monoxide is totally safe. Sarcasm. Yeah, so yeah, these delicious, nutritious smoothies help our science down here grow up big and strong.
Well, you're talking about that. I'm just scrolling through all of the different science recipes.
Yes,
there's a lot of new ones.
Let me start pulling up on my screen the fluid pipe overlay. There's a lot that goes into a science. We are using these because it doesn't, like, the actual physical item consumption of this is generally pretty low, but the power requirements and some of the precursor chemicals required can be a pain. Yeah, we're taking oxygen, carbon dioxide, chlorine, ammonia, carbon monoxide, and methanol, which I think methanol is coming from our legacy petrochem. Yeah. We're producing everyone's favorite little potions, shoving them in these labs occasionally, and slowly, researching our way to the Bob Mod rocket. The Angel Bob rocket.
I think there's a problem with that. This one says it's an explosive rocket. You're first on the
rocket. That's... Yeah. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey, you know? If there's one thing we've learned in the last 99 hours, it's that. Not counting the rollbacks, the off-camera planning. Yeah.
Insert card or select payment type. It doesn't function anymore. Just like all those Bitcoin ATMs.
Yeah. So up here, next up on our legacy tour, the beacon machines. This produces the assortment of Bob Module Mark 1 and 2s that we've got. One of our endgame goals, of course, is to get the Mark 5 Godules. That is energy consumption as low as it'll go, speed 200%, 50% productivity per module, pollution through the floor.
Those pollution
now, one thing
are pretty
we found
interesting.
with the pollution, Yeah, with the pollution. You want to talk about this?
Well, there's certain things that have. I don't actually remember. There's higher pollution processes, and the pollution modules increase pollution. So if you're burning dirty coal, and you put a pollution module in there, instead of burning at 200% pollution, you're going to burn at like 400% pollution. Well, this is Angel Bob, so there's also pollution negative things, like air filtration or greenhouse growing, and those have module slots. And if you times a positive by a negative, it's still negative. So you can just turbocharge your greenhouse to suck up tons of pollution. As you can see by my map, we have no pollution anywhere.
As you can see by my map, we have a curious little gap there in our pollution cloud that is being continually made next to something labeled Lemming Power Station, which, spoilers, that's not solar. That's messier than solar.
Well, what's next on our tour?
Alright, we've hit the science, we've hit the modules, the robots, the ores. I think our final stop before leaving the legacy is probably two final stops, Petrochem and Fishy. So welcome to Petrochem. The fossil fuels, or the skeletons, are pumped up from two distant spots, brought here in the form of natural gas and crude oil, split into, this is familiar to people in the vanilla game, your heavy, light, and naphtha, not petroleum. And winding my way down here, where is the natural gas?
Well, one thing about these mods, or this mod pack, is it's ever evolving. We added the fluid visualizer about 50 hours in when we got overwhelmed trying to decipher pipes.
Yeah, at this point I mainly use it just because it looks pretty. I haven't yet figured out how to use it for anything reasonable. I'm still hand tracing this just out of habit, but
I use it to debug occasionally if there's a problem, and I also use it after I build something by hand to admire my
handiwork. You're dealing with the fluids more than I am.
Oh, that's something we haven't talked about yet. Little
we've got
for
the
later.
kitchen and some other secrets coming up. Last up is our biochem starter here. We have these lovely fish farms working at very low speed at the moment. Ignore their stuttering and pixel movement. That is fine. They are healthy fish, and they are not asphyxiating in their own ammonia. There we are, right on the cue. That is the Power Station 9 emergency signal operating. Low fuel and imminent blackout.
It's somewhat broken. It's supposed to say low fuel and then after a while imminent blackout.
Yeah.
But neither alarm kicked on because we had no power. So blackout was not imminent, it was there.
Yes. Yeah, I think our just passive power draw of the factory has gotten too big for it. So maybe for Power Station 90, the glorious return. But yeah, this washes mud. If you've seen Dosh's C block, this looks, well, not familiar, but like a budget version of something familiar. Yeah. Those fish, by the way, are producing crystals that go to the module area, as well as these alien bacteria. These trees produce wood for our circuit boards and eat a lot of pollution. Look at that. Now that we've got full power back, we've got more gaps in the pollution cloud. These beans, extremely familiar for those who've seen the Josh playthrough, mainly here are feeding the fish.
Well,
and
beans aren't good for
finally,
are they?
Nope, wait, one more thing. This over here, Slagathor, or whatever, I still don't have a name for it. This just takes the slag produced by other processes, crystallizes it into random assortment of minerals. Okay, we've got silicon and silver, silicon, silver, silicon, silver. Okay, at some point, somebody changed all of them except this to be silicon and silver.
I think that we did that on purpose. We were looking for silicon specifically for something. Maybe.
Yes.
Or an update happened.
Probably circuits.
Well,
but yeah,
we've got to keep moving because we have 32 minutes.
We got a lot of outposts to hit now that the desiccated corpse of our old base has been autopsied.
So there's SETI working at full steam, and also the incinerator project that's incinerating the incinerated ashes of incinerated ashes.
Yes,
Speaking
very
of
important.
incinerating things, down here we have molten metal being transported around, and the first use for that molten metal is making flamethrower turrets, of course. So Alice mentioned the border wall, and I came up with a design several hours ago of how we could fortify the wall. Here it is on the map. I'll zoom in and look at it. This is roughly what it looks like. You know, channels for the biters to be funneled into, and flamethrowers firing into those channels. I thought it would be pretty good.
When you're going for a flamethrower only defensive build, slowing them down and directing them is the majority of your efficiency gains.
Yep, if they run through the flame, then you don't even have to shoot at them. You just have to shoot occasionally. But we needed a lot of flamethrowers, so this is ratioed to produce, I think 1 flamethrower per second. I think that's what I programmed it for. Just
yeah, thereabouts. I think some of the belts still need upgrading, because we had to cancel it eons ago.
Yeah. It's currently sucking down steel, so we try to keep it powered off. I don't even know if it's been fully reconnected to the power grid.
The steel I've kept in reserve, so we could switch it on now and see all these lovely casting machines spin up.
Yep.
Let go.
Casting on site as opposed to having belts full of plate is really good for logistics. As you can see here, this is our engine stack. It's supplied by 1 iron pipe, and it just makes everything it needs to. And if you need a little bit more gears or pipes, you just add a little bit more. No throughput issues.
This is Mark 1 of this sort of design.
Yeah, we plan to use this more going forward. Well, that's all the time we've got for Flamer. Let's go see some of them in action, huh?
Yes, we'll leave the glorious glowing metal behind.
We need to look at the box to see how many flamers have made. 2K. I think that's a modest amount. We might get one of the perimeter walls done with that.
Yep. No kill like overkill.
The intention was really just to give it something to automatically repair. 3, 2, 1. Oh, we switched. It's a good thing there's no path. We didn't leave yet.
Right. Kill those signals with your mighty bots.
My bots. Did that work?
No. Where is our first
go
stop?
manual.
Belt metals. Yeah. Okay. Keep going. Stop. Okay, now we should go auto.
Are we no pathing?
No.
Alright, screw this.
No. There's the other ones. Yeah, that bit of rail was a poor choice for our first leaving stop. We're now able to belt metal factory drop auto.
Oh, we're going auto. That's why I lost control. We're going on a short little jaunt.
We get a preview of our grid architecture. It's a work in progress.
You can see the alien biomes underneath the grid. Soon we won't be able to see that anymore. Alright, quick get out.
Yes, we'll control the world.
So this is another example of that casting process. This is a little bit more complicated because belts in Angel Bob need to be made with lots and lots of different metal and wood initially. So it's got inputs for stone and wood on the somewhere.
Yeah, on the bottom here.
Yeah.
Well, those are for the
underground belts need it. Yep. And then let me turn on the fluid visualizer. You can see that because it's fluids, throughput is not really an issue. Why are you different color? Well, whatever. That's just
we got a breakage there.
I fixed it. They probably disconnected that on purpose because there's no supply anyways. Well, anyways, it's infinitely expandable. So, you need more? Slap on another one. The fluids will make it.
Yeah, and we have we're using red belts here for these resources. We have several tiers more of belt to go through. It's not just the vanilla Factorio pre-DLC 3 tiers of belt.
Well, red belt
Another thing I'm looking forward to that the stacking inserters.
3, 2, 1.
There's a lot of throughput increases. Alright, next up. A scenic route to the coal patch.
I'm gonna zoom out as far as I can. This territory over here is called Isaac's Landing because I explored it using the good ship landfill. And I settled and I put my flag there. I chopped down some trees, built a copper lamp, and started it burning. It only recently stopped burning. Here's the defensive wall that I spent several sessions working on.
Yes, the prototype. I think I mentioned to you before, Isaac, I'm looking into ways to have sort of a curving wave pattern based on one of the videos you sent me.
Yes.
Just sort of a thorny sine wave.
Yes, and if we just do that wave with these channels, it'll work brilliantly. The corners, as that video talks about, are the weak point, and this is all corners right here, which is why they're getting through here. We actually intentionally burned dirty fuel to try and entice biter attacks to try and test the defenses. This is really all they got through. They haven't even done that much damage. They're not that angry with us. This coal,
despite our efforts.
Yeah, this coal is being crushed, cooked into coke, and then pelletized, and packed away to be sent to Lemming Power Plant. Speaking of Lemming, you ready to get going?
Yepers peppers.
3, 2, 1.
And we're off. Goodbye, little bots. Catch up later, you slowpokes.
That's the old coal outpost. There used to be coal there. No more.
Yeah, it's
get off,
down quite a bit. And we're at one of my builds again. The Great Wall Beanstro, as my compatriot termed it. Here we have another bit of stolen Doshington technology.
I'm gonna stand over here to record good audio while you're in the middle of the beans.
Yes, I should step away as well. This here is, yet again, a Mark I design. built before we could make desert-specific crop plants. We've got beans being grown, rendered down into fuel, refined, and then, if you'll join back up with me over here, mixed with a small amount of the coal to produce solid fuel, which, if I pick up a piece, that has only 80% fuel pollution, as opposed to coal coke's 100.
The different pollution values come into
standard
effect.
coal's 200, or the coke pellets is 100.
Yeah, you know, we'd rather burn a dense, fuel-efficient, low-pollution plant fuel. So if we can burn this biofuel that is actually pollution negative, we want to do that. But sometimes the factory needs more. So it's got a line to the old coal plants. This is just straight coal. Most of this gets actually turned into that small amount that Alice mentioned. But the pelletized coal is very dense, very long burning. It's not more efficient, but in terms of items on a belt, it's denser energy storage.
It's more compact.
Yeah, it's good to have. So this accumulator, if it gets hungry, it'll switch on the pellets. If it gets really hungry, it'll switch on everything. It used to be manually controlled, but Alice suggested we do it automatically, and now it works great. Well, let's take a look at where it gets burnt. This is this the first wall that we built?
I'm doing a very foolish path. Yes. We originally crossed over through the Isaac's Landing bridges to what we thought was Ranch Island. It's Ranch other side of the lake, as it turns out.
Yeah. So we were trying to get to the Hoenn region, but it didn't quite make it.
Nope. Just more Kanto.
Every bit of Lemming power plant looks the same. It's got this little lemming-shaped burner, and then 7 boilers on each side, feeding into two steam engines, butted up against 2 more steam engines with 7 boilers. And it just goes like that all the way down. Each one of those makes, the full stack makes, I think, 25 or 30 megawatts. And we started with just a little bit and just expanded that way. You can see that we had to landfill some of this. We've pretty much reached capacity, unless we want to make it ugly, but this is the proper way it should be. Speaking of ugly, we've been burning some ugly fuels. This water used to be blue while burning the power plant.
Yeah, we've got it looks like one of those fancy cocktails with the color gradient over here.
Yeah.
Not for drinking though. Well, certainly not.
Yep. Let's keep moving. We've
yes, the 3-minute switch.
I kind of demonstrated that. You want to talk about it?
Yeah. So you know the classic Factorio problem. You're not mining fast enough to feed your burner generators. We have that power switch there with a reminder. Turn it back on after 3 minutes. That cuts the grid, leading back to the main facility, and doesn't cut it, crucially, to the coal mines. So it gives it time to back up, build up, produce more coal and more biofuel.
Yeah, everything on Ranch Island
well,
is...
for now it's hybrid fuel. We haven't set up charcoal to replace the standard coal. And frankly, it doesn't look like we're gonna need it, but we'll get to that later.
Well, this is the lamplighter train. Oh, there you go. You're getting in.
Yes.
This,
we didn't wait for night.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about time here. We don't have much else to talk about.
Yeah, we're coming up to the wire, certainly. So this train brings fuel to the Lemming power plant, and also to these lovely little lamps.
Yeah, I rigged these up. It looks really spectacular at night. Post post Isaac, we'll put in a video recorded when it was originally made, showing us traveling through the night. As it is now, you can see kind of this beautiful terrain that it goes through. It goes across the bridge into this southwest desert-looking area, and up to Alice's petrochem.
Yeah, get that Nevada sort of swag to it.
Yep.
We have another coal patch tapped for we are coming up on petrochemistry.
This train
which is still in its infancy.
This train brings leftover solid fuel as well as liquid fuel and oil residuals, which are used in the biofuel process. They're not necessary, but they certainly help kickstart things.
Yes, more hybridization for our hybrid fuels. Here we have a more basic version of the coal purification. Get us some coal coke, make some more loveliness. Here we have the fixed now plastic setup. Configured to do 2 of the 3 plastic recipes, but we need deliveries of some exotic ores to get that going. But that'll be a great help in the main base. We've got that ready in time for this. Here we have just sort of a fluid bus for the 6 different petrochemicals.
You know it's a fluid bus
one.
when it takes 5 seconds to load the fluid overlay.
Yep. So yes, we're producing the liquid fuel over here when we have space. The lubricant is a bit full again, but everything seems to still be moving. Excellent.
Oh, look at the
We've got ethane, butane, and methane from natural gas. Yeah, I was striving for symmetry and grid repeatability with this design, and I'm really happy with how it came out.
It's not often that you see a petrochem design stretched out and balanced like this. It's certainly better than my Nullius attempts. So many flare stacks.
The only thing holding this back is, you can see on the map here, several pretty large spider expansions, and we're only at 11% evolution factor, but with the Angel as exploration mod, evolution only goes up when you kill things. So it is entirely possible we could start a fight that we can't finish.
Yeah.
And at least until we get the perimeter wall up and running.
I don't want to start that fight.
I do not want to start that fight. Yeah. We're just gonna cut between those 2 lakes, set up the toothy sine wave, get that all set up. Meanwhile, I think we're ready to head on.
So where's this taking us?
Next stop is Brian.
Very
You remember Brian, of course.
Good friend of mine. I wish I had one.
And hop. Out you go.
So this is the command and control interface and hub for our base. Everything that's automated is controlled right through here.
Yep, there's fish on the ground. Brian.
We have a very extensive circuit network that is all tied together. It's more complicated than Dash's city block Factorio, to be honest.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we don't have the sushi chef here. We have the sushi itself. Look at him. And I'm leaving him there, so he can be a Spidertron someday when he grows up.
Ready?
Yep.
3, 2,
Next stop.
1. Let's just go.
Right. Okay.
That worked. Nope.
Still haven't escaped the tyranny of this.
Yeah, this temporary rail is...
Oh, that's why.
Oh, I did
They
that.
got blown up.
Yeah, I did that. I didn't think that rail was part of anything. Sorry.
Yeah, so I'll just take a little loop around. We're
Alright.
at your project with 13 minutes.
Yep, and we gotta go really quick. This is the kitchen, Arc 2. We decided that since Angel processing takes ore to ingots, you gotta blast furnace it, cook it into ingots, then you remelt the ingots into plates. Yeah, you melt the ingots into liquid metal, and then you cast that into plates. Well, we could just cast on site whenever we need to craft something, and this the loading speeds on this are insane. Look at this. Well, I don't have it now when I need it, of course. I'm gonna slap a fluid wagon on here.
Oh, hell. Okay. You work on that. I have a slight bit of debugging to do.
And in about 8 seconds, that train is fully loaded. It normally takes work to do that, but it's just easy. We don't have to put work into it. Sorry about that, Tin. You'll be missed. I'm gonna work my way down here. This is the main smelting hub. It's not quite done yet, but every type of metal will be here. They're organized into 3 standardized train stops. So this middle one is circuit metals. It's a little CI prefix. So you know, tin, gold, silicon, copper, solder, copper. I think I said.
I've got some kitchen trains heading your way.
Oh, wonderful. Here's another one of them. Then we have the alloys, which are mostly just you take ingots from the base metals and you cook them up into a liquid alloy. There's a circuit metal train filling up for the first time in forever out of copper, probably because alloys the anodes are needing acid. And then over here, this is the original standard metal. And this is, you know, stuff like iron, aluminum, nickel, titanium. I think that's manganese and lead. So anytime you need a metal, you just slap down a train stop, and up to 3 of those train stops will get you every type of metal you want. Those are all turning it into liquid metal. Oh, and we'll just... You can see all of the beautiful little colors. Look at that, it's even in rainbow order. That's really something.
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna go down because we might need to abridge this.
Yeah, hop on the train. Let's
Okay.
get schmoving. We're 10 minutes.
We want to go to Ore Outpost 1.
Yes, just a extremely brief stop.
Alright, while we're on the train, I'm just gonna pan down here so you can see the other stages of the kitchen. The most lacking is this one. This is a new stage where you have to use an electronic furnace to purify the ore further. Time to get out.
This is our future Bob ore refining. Didn't manage to get it done in time, but this will produce a blue belt of every stage of 3 of the ores, and I'll make one for the other ones as well.
Oh, blue belt, that's
And it looks like we're heading on Reactor 1. Ore Outpost 1 is just how we're currently getting our ores. Okay, there we go, I guess.
Alright. Well, I think that I'm gonna hang out in center of a machine. I'll follow along with the camera, that way I can get the clock started, and then you can hurry back.
Yes. All I've got left is down here at Reactor 1. We are going to enter the atomic age.
Well, if you want to go up to Ore Outpost 1 and talk about it, we can.
I'm fine not doing that for now.
Because you've got 8 minutes or so. A4 Green Sun Mark 1. Nice.
Yes, the green sun. named so because it's going to be burning anything from uranium up through fusion fuel, which is another of our endgame goals. If we look here, deuterium fusion-based power systems, Mark 1. This just uses fusion catalyst and deuterium gas, which seems pretty easy, to produce a truly staggering amount of fuel. Now then, let's... There we go.
Alright, it's kicking up.
Click.
Look at that.
Look at the power grid. Look at our capacity climbing.
Oh, it's
500,
massive.
600, 700.
Look at that.
Yes. Lemming is going to be the backbone, especially as we're still producing fuel here.
777.
Yeah. The lucky 7. Here we are. And there's a timer here. What's that about?
Well, as we approach the last few minutes, I'll activate this timer. It's going to be about a minute and a half, and this will kick off the celebrations. We've got a few more preparations to make, actually. So, Alice in particular, do you have any rockets?
No, my inventory is empty. I dropped everything at or Outpost 1 because I thought we would be coming back.
No worries. I've got rockets being crafted for you and a rocket launcher. We're at 1 minute till timer starts.
Glorious.
You should have about 15 rockets. Oh, more rockets are being delivered to me by a robot, so that's nice. Just go ahead and steal it from my inventory. I'm gonna focus on this timer.
I can't see the rocket launcher anywhere.
It's not crafted yet. It's in my weapon hand. Okay. The timer right now, the reset signal is being constantly applied to the timer, so it's trying to count down, but every tick that it starts to count down, it's reset. So to start the timer in 20 seconds here, I'm going to deactivate this reset signal. Now timing is crucial because it is a timer. Once that happens, I will go into how the timer works in more detail, but as it comes up, I need to focus pretty hard. We've got 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it is now on the clock. And you can see it's displaying on the Nixie tubes now. Okay, and it looks synchronized. I think we've got it. Yeah. So, the way this timer works is, this combinator is active as long as R doesn't exist, right? The R is the reset signal. So the reset signal does not exist, which means this is not active. Being fed into this is one clock signal, right? And the output of this is being wired back in as input. So on tick 1, 1 clock goes in, 1 clock goes out. On tick 2, now you have that 1 from the output being input along with the original input of 1 more clock. So now you have 2 clock. And the third tick, you have 2 clock on the output being wired to the input, and then still you have that 1 tick, or that 1 clock input. So it counts 1 per tick. How do you turn ticks into seconds? That's a little bit more difficult, huh? It stumped me for a long time. I couldn't figure out how to turn it into minutes and seconds. I was thinking maybe just a percent bar, or I don't know. But I finally settled on this. I almost looked it up, but I didn't. I did look it up after I built a semi-functional version, and I couldn't find anything. So this thing, that's just a delay for some reason. Don't touch any of that.
Do you have a rocket launcher yet?
Yes. I think you already have mine.
Yes. I stole it from you. Do you have a new one for you?
Yeah. You take some rockets too, because we've got 3 minutes till 0 hour. Just take half of what I have, pretty much. Okay, so on this power pole, we store the centralized ticks. This is how many ticks come out of the counting machine, right? And it's counting up, because Factorio you have to count up. I suppose I could input a negative clock signal to this, but that would throw a wrench in the works. So this is how many ticks there are. Then I downstream put minus 18,000 clock. 18,000 clicks or ticks is 60 ticks per second. 5 minutes. So what is that? Like 300 seconds. Yeah. So now it's counting down because we're adding to the negative, and the negative is approaching 0. Right. It's approaching 0 from the other direction. 2 minutes. So now I need to turn that ticks into minutes and seconds. And Factorio Division doesn't really like remainders, so it's kind of difficult to do. You have to think about these things differently, as their own little creations. So to do the minutes, I divide it by 60 and then divide it by 60 again. And if there's like 1.5 minutes, it only shows 1 because there's no remainder. Oh, it's coming soon. T-minus 1 minute. That's not right. Oh, it's been wired to itself. Alright. That's fine. Hopefully it'll shut itself off too. Actually, it'll shut itself off in 7 seconds because I wired it wrong. Anyways, you divide by 60 and 60 again to get the minutes. Yep, see. And then you divide by 60 and 60. Oh, well, I'm not. This one I times it. I get the seconds to do that. So this is how that works, and the clock is counting down pretty reliably. If you match that up against the clock in the upper left-hand corner, we have 30 seconds left. 30 seconds left. And that, on top of our sound system, that leads into the fireworks display. And I was hoping it'd be nice.
Yes. Shall I place some inserters?
You haven't placed the inserters? Yes, place them. No. Okay. Oh, okay. That's good. Yeah. Well done.
I was going for the dramatic flourish. There we go.
So that is 100 hours.
There we go.
Oh, look at that bomb. I didn't know it would do that.
Yep. Happy 100 hours, dude.
Yeah, it's been a good one.
Yeah. Long time coming.
We're gonna have to top this for the rocket.
All the technical difficulties, all the debugging of pipe networks. We made it.
Yeah.
Welcome to the future site of our logo and our science labs. Which, yes, these fireworks will be going off every time we research. And I believe you were talking about plans to put them in each of the roundabouts as well.
Yeah, well,
possibly even on a delay, so it ripples out from the center.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, you know, we've got the
I think it's your idea.
No reason to uninstall it. And we have this fancy centralized grid network. So we can just put some wires on the grid. If you look, well, of course the timer is, it's been reset. Did you reset
we can,
I see. Yeah. Well, the timer down here was counting also. I didn't show it, but because the circuit network is a circuit network, you can store. In this case, I stored the red and the minute and the second, but you could store it uncompressed too, as just ticks, and then, or I guess compressed, and then you decompress it at the site of the timer. But this would let us read the current time anywhere we were.
Wow. It seems to be. Hold on.
Yeah, a little broken. That's fine.
Yeah, there's a snipped wire somewhere.
I don't care. Well, that is. I'm glad we didn't get disconnected from the fireworks.
Yes, there's some sort of bug in the fireworks mod, unfortunately.
Oh, look at all those sounds. That's lovely.
Look at it go.
Triple digits.
Triple digits. 777 megawatts.
Yeah.
Unplanned, that part.
Oh man, imagine if we tried to plan that, deliberately limiting to 777 megawatts. How would you even do that?
It'd be a pain, I know that.
You'd have to use a god-awful accumulator setup.
Yeah. Which, I mean...
Possibly recursive blueprints to destroy and rebuild accumulators.
Yeah. For map view here, I'm just going to give a brief overview of Ore Outpost 1. It's got a bunch of train stations, crammed way too close together. It's digging up ores from all over the place, bringing them here. Producing mineral catalysts from stone, some of which is coming from the actual, the ores themselves. They're being ground up, mixed, and spat out as just pure elemental ores. Tin, copper, lead, and iron. And there's processes for a lot of things like that. My first goal, after I get the yellow belt of every baseline ore type, is I'm gonna catch a little bit of uranium fever, followed by the thorium flu, and kick this green sun into high gear.
Uranium fever. Kick sun into high
Uranium fever has done and got me down. Uranium fever, it's spreading all around. I don't have vocal range for this song, so I'm gonna leave it here. See ya, so long.
Nice line.
Yes. Last up, for me at least, last thing I have to talk about is the endgame lake, which is a series of map pins. Of course, Factorio, you're going for the rocket, infinite science, all that good stuff. I have added a mod for the Tarantulator, which is a Spidertron with an onboard nuclear reactor. Even more powerful than the standard Spidertron. Is that necessary? Hell no. But it is possible. We've talked about the God modules and the fusion power. There is a mod that will allow us to exterminate all biters on the planet. Sort of like the space exploration thing, except we don't have any Vita Melange to kill off accidentally with it. Plus, it's actually achievable in a human lifespan.
Man, these fireworks look even better at night. I wish it was still winter.
Yes, we have a mod that affects how dark and bright the night is, which affects solar output and such, and it puts these annoying little messages of now is spring, now is winter, etc. I've considered switching to the clockwork mod to just have pitch black nights and no chat messages, but at this point, it's comforting, you know?
Yeah. If you...
Much like our Windows XP music, which I'm turning back on for the first time this session.
Oh, don't worry, I've had it on the whole time.
That.
Do.
Really works with the fireworks, I think.
Yeah. If you look up by, or up, actually by the kitchen, really. You look over to standard metal, there's a bit of a train delay. You know how the train with the kiss?
I only did a band-aid fix on this. We'd found this problem previously during sort of the rehearsal for this 100-hour celebration, but I slipped my mind. I didn't put the fix into our main world here.
It's fine.
So once again, the trains are smooching.
I was alerted to the fact that there might be a problem when the train I was riding, if you look where I am, stopped with 3 other trains abreast it and didn't go into the intersection. I'm like, huh, I wonder why we're all waiting. Well, I think that was a successful 100 hours of celebration.
Yes, complete with, right now, a tour via rocket tank. Hold still.
Every time.
Every time! I'm a terrible foreman.
I need a rocket launcher.
Yes, you do. It's only fair. And luckily, my inventory was full. Oh, yes! We forgot to show off the next advancement in low maintenance, high power science. Particle accelerator. Look at that spike on the graph. Here, let's paste it again so you can get it.
Oh, are you looking
Just
at
look at
the
that.
graph, or am I looking at it?
Both of us, I figure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Of course,
do
if
it
you
one more
actually
time.
turn it on, well, look at that. The green sun can run it.
No way. It doesn't crash everything. Amazing.
That's not anticipated. And look at that. For 517 megawatts, we've produced a single green science. Wonderful.
What?
Oh, and a yellow science.
Rock?
Yes, I love the Troop in Rock mod and the Yoda sound. Like it, to me, that's what makes this casual Factorio. It's not all gloom and the infinite war against the biters like you get on the Death World. It's not the high efficiency brain melting of a C block or a normal Bob mod. Like, yeah, we tie our brains in knots over here, but ouch.
You know, I think this train situation might actually be preferable. I can walk on the rails without fear of being crushed.
Yet another reason that we're looking forward to the DLC. Workplace safety.
Damn that Mussolini.
All those rail
I wish
bridges.
the trains would run on time. It's much nicer when there's no trains.
Yes. You heard it here first, folks. The American, not a fan of trains.
Alright. You know what I am a fan of?
The end of the episode.
It's the end of somebody's
Alright.
episode. There are...
Yeah, you gotta head out. Nobody here, just us come. There's. Ow!
No, I was rubber banded. No, my items. I hope they don't get blown up by rocket launches. Oh,
They do not.
we're finally.
They
pretty
do
much,
get splattered everywhere.
we're like out of fireworks. It's just the trickle that are being
Yep.
built. Pretty good. It ran the firework maker for 12 minutes.
Yeah, we've got many more upgrades incoming. Our current infrastructure, a lot of the time, is sitting idle because we just don't have enough income. Which is why we're building